So let's start with the social engineering concepts. The definition of social engineering: you are convincing someone to reveal confidential information. We often target help desk personnel, system administrators, tech support, but also end users. Social engineers rely on the fact that people are not aware of the value of their information, or they don't protect it properly, or that they could be psychologically manipulated. Now, the impact of social engineering on an organization, very commonly it is information disclosure, but it could be financial loss, loss of privacy, potential terrorism, damaged goodwill, temporary or permanent closure, lawsuits and arbitration. So it could get serious. Types of social engineering. Ultimately, social engineering is aimed at a person, but some of it is not technical in nature. Some of it is interacting directly with the person. Some of it you'll use a computer to interact with the person, or you'll use a mobile app to interact with the person. Human nature is vulnerable to attack. Humans are trusting, generally. We can take advantage of their ignorance, or their fear, or their greed, or their sense of moral obligation, or their desire to help. Organizations are vulnerable to social engineering attack mostly because of insufficient training. That's the biggest one. You've not trained people to spot a scam and to respond properly, or you've not trained people to resist being pressured or to escalate properly. When you have multiple organizational units and departments and people don't know each other, we can take advantage of that. Or maybe there's no control over the access to information, or maybe there isn't good security policy, or it's not well understood. Realize that any policy is only going to be as strong as the weakest link. That's almost always the human being. Social engineering attacks are difficult to detect. And it's impossible to be 100% secure against social engineering. And no hardware or software can defend against social engineering, not if it's a face-to-face communication. The phases of social engineering. First of all, we research the target organization. We look at the website, employees, company. We try to identify potential people. We select a victim. We go for what we think are the most vulnerable of the employees. We develop a relationship with them. We get them to trust us, to think that we're familiar. And then we exploit that relationship, getting sensitive information or current technology or whatever. So that's a quick overview of social engineering.